A skateboard starts as a useless wooden toy, a rudimentary tool that becomes a masochistic pastime or a psychological wrath. Most skateboarders can never put it down, and many, many more claim they once tried. The ones who say poser are the same idiots that will call it a hobby. For the ones who stay and are still in it, do it for the love of it all. It's the agony and the ecstasy that keeps us coming back in need of a vessel for our joy and our pain.
Okay, guy. And I wanted to roll straight.
I don't care if it's not what you want anymore.
Here we fucking go.
And here I am personally, 22 years later, and I'm still riding the skateboard like my life depends on it.
I just wanna give up, but I guess I gotta deal with it. Oh my God, it's like boo, fuck you, it's just all about you.
A type of passion that creates a burden, yet always allows us to return to it whenever we are willing and ready. With that being said, whether we are still here or gone tomorrow, it means so much to us to have just one thing that means so much to us. So this one's for our brothers, and of course, for lost brothers.
So I'm rolling down, I make it into the parking lot, and my wheel just like goes into one of the cracks, and I just eat shit. And then I look up and I see Corey, and he's like, "Welcome to Crane."
You gotta imagine this is what the dudes who like invented skateboarding felt like. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, this is it. This is crazy that this is all working out, but we all belong here. We're all doing this together. And we're the Z-Boys, and this is our dog town. You know what I mean?
Andrew Elliott started all this. He was a BMX dude from back in the day, and he's the reason this is even here, and he passed away. I mean, all this is only here because he originally petitioned the town. He built this all by himself, this mini ramp, every single day. I mean, there's tons of people that aren't here anymore that were a part of it, but it's like we're all still here together at least.
This place it's something. It's a black hole, I feel like, but it's like the best black hole.
Here we go.
It's home. It's home to us. It was like a home away from home for me, like for sure. You know what I mean? I'd fucking rather be here any minute than you know, my fucking home situation when I was growing up. You know what I mean? It was like a place for me to fucking come here. I didn't think about shit. For me too was just wanting to feel a sense of belonging. Just being a part of a community like this is just nothing I've ever been a part of, and easily nothing will ever compare to it.
Skating probably since I was like 10 years old, but I did take a break for about 8 years. Recently, the last 4 years after I had my daughter, I started skating again. That brought me here to Crane, and it's nice to find solace in it.
most people that come here, you know, just regular teachers, plumbers, or, you know, they work in the office or whatever. My friend from Mahopac told me to come over here, so I did. It was like some DIY. And yeah, so like 2 years into skating, I found out that crane was a thing.
So yeah, basically when I was 13, I had been through so much emotional and mental devastation, and I really don't know what would have happened to me if my G never showed up at my doorstep and asked me if I learned how to skate. That is when I learned the power of the friendships you make specifically through skateboarding. Honestly, it saved my life and it made it beautiful. The friends, the skating, and it all started at Crane. Cut to my adult life, and I feel like I took skateboarding for granted for like 10 years because I was so prioritizing my documentary career and like fucking partying. Like shit got so bad. That's when it was like sink or swim time, and I just was just like, I'm fucking skating again, like hard. And I just reverted back to Crane, and like Crane became the place where I could live out my escapism and resilience. And when you balance those two out, you're gonna be okay. And like, I'm 35 now and I'm okay. We're at the Croton Falls train station, 12 minutes away from Crane, and Joe's coming to pick me up, so here we go.
Well, I got a little baby Julius upon her knee.
Kind of like the older dudes, the younger generation, the phases the skate park's been through. You'll see in the footage that we have, there used to just be 4 little rails here, and we used to come and just skate 4 rails in a circle. And then we got a half pipe, and then we've been here so long, us older dudes, that it's been through like 4 or 5 different phases. Maybe it wasn't gonna last and it was getting fully taken out, and then it like got a grant to be built again, and it got dedicated to a kid who passed away, to where then the town actually took it serious and started funding it too. So, but a lot of it is just man hours of like, something's falling apart, we got screw guns in the car, we're gonna go fix it ourselves.
She walks the wind and has a panther of a silver bird.
Skateboarding at the time, there wasn't a ton of people doing it, so it was like anybody that came here, we were happy that there was like something going on, because all the soccer fields like were packed, the basketball courts were packed. Like here at one time, if you didn't come with your friends here, you were alone the whole entire time. So once like the younger kids started coming, you know, that's like the next generation of like continuing on. If there was like no younger dudes like you guys, like this probably wouldn't still be here. We were younger, it was like TC and Chet and Dan were kind of the rival crew to like my crew, and then like all my crew stopped skating, so I like joined their crew, and then other crews like fell apart, and everybody that was left kind of met here, and that's our big group today.
Still here.
Like a bunch of different towns that all just mashed together, and we're here.
So the guys here, so like it was always known that Owen Quinn doesn't like little kids. So we would sit over there and we would watch Owen murder it. And like we were respectful of him. And then one day when we were like 17, 18, he was like, "Hey, Sam." And I was like, "Holy shit, you know who I am?" And it was, you know, little things like that happen. Same thing with Mike Bart. Mike Bart was the nicest dude ever. So like, you know what I mean? You do a trick and he would acknowledge you like, "Whoa, dude, good job." And that made you feel something because like you're a little kid. You don't think these guys like you. You're just, you know what I mean? You're trying to fit in. And when they give you like the, "Hell yeah, dude," then it's like, you know. I started skateboarding in 7th grade, and it was kind of like I just started. So I met a dude named Tom Casso. And Tom Casso and I have actually been talking a lot in the past couple of weeks just about Crane. And like we've been, you know, we were the kids, we'd sit on the phone, we'd talk about this, we'd go outside and skate the driveway, but then it was like, "Hey, there's a park near my house." Really? And so Tom and I, you know, started, you know, my dad would drop me off here at 11 o'clock, 4 bottles of water. "I'll get you 6, you know what I mean? Tom would show up, and then it's like, what can you do? Not much. What can you do?
So I started skating about 8 months into the pandemic. So I was spending so much time, you know, on my own, just doing, like, being by myself. And I think that was it was a good thing and a bad thing, because it made me realize a lot of things about myself, but it was a bad thing because I just was like losing social connection and like being able to talk to people like in public. And with COVID that happened, like approaching anyone just felt weird. So I felt like when I found skateboarding, like I really just did it on my own. Coming here when no one was here, because I was too intimidated. I was like, there's so many good dudes here just ripping, like I can't hang with these guys right now. And not knowing that there's such a welcoming community, like that was my thought of skateboarders before I really even became one.
No, I didn't really have any friends in school that much. I would always try to like keep to myself. And I mean, ever since skating, it introduced me to people that I'd like never thought I'd be friends with. Like it created like a little group inside of school just through people that I just found out were skating, and it was just like a tight knit group. And like this crane that kept it all together.
But now, looking back and seeing what it was then, and watching it over time become this, which we never thought it would, makes you appreciate what it is now even more, because you were skating it and trying to skate it hard like it was like Street League when it was just holy and every ramp was crooked and things popping out, and you had to like, remember when the lip here was like in the ground, so you had to like pop to get off the quarter pipe all the time, and then finally a group of us like lifted it and pushed it forward. Now it's still trying to sink in, but still just remembering the worst parts of it makes you appreciate it now at what it is.
No, it feels like here it's bigger, you know, there's more to it than what I experienced growing up. And that seemed to draw me here a lot more. This is my favorite park to come to. Out of all the parks around here, I love coming here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what was your impression of it the first time you laid eyes on it?
The first time I was stoked, man. I saw the barricades. I saw they had the little mini ramp over there. Never had a mini ramp to skate. I never even skated transition really until, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh.
And it was all just flatland tricks and doing rails and curbs and stuff. But yeah, I was stoked when I first came here. I was like, man, this is awesome. I was by myself, came here on a day off during the day, and I was like, holy shit, I never knew this was here.
Maybe around like 17, 18, it was like fucking, I would do anything not to fucking be home. You know what I mean? It was like fucking shitty, abusive, fucking parental situations, and not towards me, but like between them and shit. And it was just fucking depressing. It was fucking depressing to be home. You know what I mean? This is like fucking, you're out in the fucking sun, you're skating, you're doing what you fucking love to do, to kind of like work off the whole art thing you were saying is like, this became like my fucking like absolute like eat, breathe, and sleep skating, completely obsessed. If there's like fucking one activity that I love, like this is it. If I had to do one thing for the rest of my life, some of my best friendships, honestly, you guys fucking, have been made here, really. You know what I mean? I've met so many fucking rad people here.
I'm ready.
We built this thing. This thing actually used to be over here. And then, we eventually replaced it with this, but we would like, while this thing was there, it's probably there for a few years until we were like, we should build like a more permanent, like concrete version of that thing. Because, who doesn't love a bank to curb?
Woo! I have a feeling it's going to stay there for a while. It's so sick.
Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm pretty sure like no one's gonna find the bodies under there or anything, so I think we're good. This thing was a gift from the boys over in Yonkers.
Woo!
The barrier Mike Connolly built again. He gets all these really great materials, that I guess are just like throwaway materials at his job, and he just slaps some shit together, and that's this thing.
What do you like better, this or that?
Oh, I mean, they're two totally different things.
If I were to ask you about the history of Crane, what would be the very first thing that pops into your head?
Early 2000s.
So tell me about it.
Early 2000s is when we made our way here to begin the adventure that is Crane.
So it honestly started, we used to skate a parking lot all the time. James Way, we called it, but it was the ShopRite parking lot in Carmel. And the cops just gave us so much fucking shit there. And it just kept nonstop every single day. Every fucking day, the cops would just hassle us, put us in the car, threaten us with some bullshit. And then we had that one funny one where the guy's like,
wait till you're 21, then you can get a six-pack and a girl.
I know there's nothing to do in this town until you're 21. And I was like, all right, cool, man. So what do we do? And it was just every day. That was our life, was just skating a curb at this place. We kind of found ourselves around here, and this whole entire place was fenced off and was bolted. They had a little door in the corner over there, and it was bolted, and we just fucking got some bolt cutters and cut that shit. And just started like bringing our boxes from our parents' house and stuff like that.
We've been coming ever since.
Oh! Wow! Someone's not camera shy.
This is the best it's ever been. I mean, this is like, you look at this place, this is our community. You know what I mean? Like, this is our Embarcadero. This is our Love Park. This is where all the homies meet up. Doesn't matter who you are, you're welcome.
It kind of, in some sense, it's like that because, like, you know, from growing up around here, everything was an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. There was no spots here. There's no skate parks around here. This was it. So, like, if you're gonna go skate a spot, you're driving an hour away. You're gonna go skate a skate park, you're driving an hour away, no matter where the fuck you're going. It's 100% not the best DIY. I know that. You see these other DIYs that are like, God damn, this is professional. This ain't no fucking DIY. But I know it's skaters that made the shit. But like, this is just like, you kind of like, you deal with what you dealt.
What do you think, TC? I haven't got enough yet.
This place is just the best. Like, there's no better place than Crane. Like, I know if I hit up any homie, like, we're going to Crane, I know they'll be there. I know we're gonna have a time. I know tricks are gonna go down, and like, what more do you need? You know what I mean? Like, you come here, it's like you feel like, you know, you can feel it. Like,
oh. Woo!
This dude Polish could 360 flip 4 feet high. It was insane. He tray flipped like the six stair, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in a row. It was insane. And he like couldn't do anything else. He could just tray flip. It was insane.
It's like, I think Crane, I think of all the people that I've met. Like, people that don't even really, that we don't see anymore, but like so many people.
Yeah.
I think about over the last 20 whatever years, like so many people I've had the pleasure of meeting, talking to, skating with, and it's like right on, you know what I mean?
I swear I felt like I was just skating by myself at Crane for like 12 years. Like, nobody showed up, and like, yeah, it was pretty, it's pretty sick. It only exists because of our presence. the town people have told us a bunch of times, like, if you guys didn't go there every day, that would be a parking lot. The only person who I've ever had parallel, in sync, skate wise, like, ideas and the way I wanted to skate was with Ryan. He was just a pillar of Crane. He cared about it so much.
Well, honey, you're like the crack of dawn in the dead of spring, when the ground's thawing and the birds are singing. Your wild eyes gets my heart ringing every time I look. And I don't care when I'm an old
Losing Ryan fucking sucked. It hit everybody really hard, and it felt like it kind of not fractured everybody, but like feels like someone's missing. You know, it's a void that's not going to get filled, and it's hard to talk to this many years later still, but yeah, it's rough. It's rough being here. It's rough not seeing Nikki, because it's probably tough for him being here, and I get that.
Life ain't easy on a boy named Sue, or a man busting his ass making ends do.
I know, it's heartbreaking because it's somebody who's been here with us forever. It's one of our friends. It's like, you know, I personally, I like to run back to places that I remember when I was a kid. I like to go places like I was here when I was a kid and kind of feel that. And when I come here, it's like I feel sad because, you know, it's very easy to see the hill and just imagine that Nicky and his brother would be walking up the hill, and it's like, yo, and like being able to get like Nicky screaming, laughing, get Ryan like barely breathing on the floor.
I have my hand in yours, and I'll be damn sure to always love you like the crack of dawn in the dead of spring. When
You know, I hadn't lost a best friend like that before. I just have a pit in my stomach when I go there. And I don't know if that'll ever go away. Crane meant the world to me, and to have it like kind of taken away from me like overnight. I mean, I was never gonna quit because of it, but I feel like I had to start from scratch. He was just such a selfless person. He was so supportive of wanting to skate and like wanting, you know, to do what he loved.
It means the world to me. It means the world to me. It means everything. It means, you know, it's crazy because this is where we've been able to have our, you know, space. This is where we've been able to be ourselves and enjoy ourselves. And
there's just something about this place that just has such a grip on everyone. Like once they skate it, they're like Crane's top 5 skate park I've ever been to. Like, I swear to God.
Skateboard's never really messed up anything for me besides like my ankles, but like I wouldn't regret. I mean, every single time I got hurt, it was worth it to me. I'm still out here. Some people get hurt once and they never ever come back out. But I don't know. It's like, it takes a different person, I guess, to actually. It's different. Like when you get hurt all the time and you still like all you think about is going skating. It's like. Not many like football players or basketball players like break their leg real bad and then want to get right back out there, you know. It's like maybe it's like because we all have a little bit of problems here, but like, you know, that's how it is.
Remember that thing was like brown.
Oh yeah,
sheet
but I
metal?
remember getting
And
scared.
The screws were everywhere.
Yeah, it was
terrifying. And I was like, I don't fucking care. This thing is so sick, and like
so
this
terrifying.
is the gnarliest thing that's ever existed at Crane, and I want to do it.
That was so terrifying.
That's Crane though.
That is.
It's
Oh
like a
hell
metaphor,
yeah.
like the screws are up, but we just love it half to death, or we
Yeah.
just don't give a fuck. In the time that I was going through that, like 4 years of like, I don't even fucking care what happens to me while I'm trying tricks. I'm just going for it. Like for instance, like the fakie 360 heel flip I did on that.
Yeah.
Or the front heel. Like this fakie 360 heel flip took me 9 days. I don't think I've ever gone back for a trick more than 5. And like I'll say it, like when Jack like was here, and the way he was like when I landed it, because he was here for so many of my tries, like days trying. He was like, yeah. And then I fucking like got off my board. I jumped over the barrier to give him a hug. Like, honestly, man, like that was, I really, really believe, I don't know if I'm gonna sound crazy, but like that's something that I will remember on my deathbed.
Well, I've been thinking, Mr. Hankin is wrecking my health. I reckon that's some better than killing myself. It's been a long, hard ride, right down to the bottom. And I sing the blues, 'cause the Lord knows I got 'em. I've been feeling pretty good, doing alright. Got a pretty woman coming over tonight.
Skateboarding. If you get it, you'll always get it.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you this much. There is healing power in this thing. Who knows? Maybe skateboarding is more than 50% friendship and the rest is on you. And I think we will all settle just fine with that. And when you lose a brother, you just keep pushing on for them. And when you do that, I promise you, it will keep you happy. If you have to escape and it happens to be by skating, that's okay. It's okay. And it's perfectly fine to just want to be okay.
'Cause when you work all week, your check is spent on pills and beer and the government. Well, there ain't much that an old boy can do. But I've been feeling pretty good, doing alright. Got a pretty woman coming over tonight, and I reckon that things are gonna be alright when the morning comes. Oh, I hate to tell you, the truth been told, we's all just souls trying not to get sold. You never grow up, you just grow old along the way. But I've been feeling pretty good today.